Good evening. Well, I've felt less like trash today, but that's mostly because I've kept at least one Benadryl in me at all given times, but I'll take that. So, I finished Mass Effect 3 today, and it proved once again that this series can so consistently, like the ending of this series can saying goodbye to the characters in this game um, will always break me a little. In a good way. I'm like, the ending I could take, the ending itself I could take or leave, but that's not news. It's still fantastic though. The ride is well worth it. I think you're gonna get so much out of, this is a series that could literally give you like 200 hours of gameplay. Much more if you want to do multiple routes, you know? I mean, if you're rushing, you could probably get it done in less than 100. Um, but I'm saying all that to say, if you've ever been curious about Mass Effect, or were, turned off by how old the first two were, or especially the first one, or how it talks about how the ending of 3 is not great or even awful, I think it's really worth the ride, especially this edition. This It's the literally the only thing missing from this is one of the DLCs from the first game, which was more a distraction. Like, it didn't really come back in any meaningful way, unlike the other DLC, Burn Down the Sky, or Bring Down the Sky, excuse me. Um, it was just kind of there. It was just kind of mindless, and one of the DLCs in Mass Effect 3 does the same thing much better, to be perfectly honest. Um, and it's less grindy about it, too. So, you are getting this entire series minus, one DLC. That's, you know, easily 200, maybe like 250, $300 worth of game at release price. You're getting them with, especially the first game, massively overhauled textures. Um, 4K, 60 FPS. Honestly, just getting 3 full AAA games with all of their DLC content, um, for the retail price of one game is a steal. But the amount of work that went in making, uh, again, extra specifically Mass Effect 1 more palatable is just, that would have been worth 60 alone, I think. And as much of a pipe dream as it is, I'd kind of like to see, at the very least, the first Dragon Age get the same treatment. Because I started playing it again tonight, And don't get me wrong, I'm enjoying it. It's like it's wonderful. It's doing what BioWare does best, storytelling, and it did come out after Mass Effect. I know this because th- there's a news section on it, and the last news update was Mass Effect 2 coming soon. So, plus, I believe the stamp at the bottom of the screen said 2009, and I'm fairly sure Mass Effect 1 was 2007. I'm kind of talking out my ass. Anyway, yeah, I just like visually it needs some care and attention. Some of the armor does reek a bit of looking like a plastic figure, but like you know, the voice acting's good. Um, I'm enjoying the story bits so far. I hypothesized at some point about I thought Dragon Age came out first because they didn't take the time to voice the main character. But then in the creator, I remembered you have like 6 voice samples to pick for each gender, and like yeah, one dude could do most, if not all, of them. But you know, getting getting 2 actors to do all of Commander Shepard's dialogue, Mark Meir for male, Jennifer Hale for female, that was already massive enough, I think. you know, doing it for doing it 6 times for each gender, instead of just having a few throwaway lines recorded. And honestly, I think for certain races there might be a couple of unique ones. Yeah, like while they had the money to do that for like Inquisition, they definitely didn't have it way back when they were just trying to establish Dragon Age as a concept. But like by the time they got to Inquisition, not only was the trilogy more or less a big success, even the Mass Effect trilogy, even if the ending was met. Um, I lost my train of thought because I have my night noise on, and I heard Vin's friend Mike say something about flailing it around like a floppy-ended dildo. So that my train of thought's just gone now. And I think I'm just gonna go to sleep now. I didn't get far in Dragon Age. I'm not even past the prologue. Um, well, depending on exactly where you consider it to end, I'm either right at the end of it or, you know, 2/3 through it. I don't know. Um, Still, it's it's gonna be what's the angle I was it'll be a bit more hands off than playing Mass Effect at least. Um, You know, it's not at least the first, like it. The second one, the combat gets a bit more active, I think, and if it's not by the second, then a little bit, definitely a little bit more by the third. Um, but the first one kind of works the same way. If you've ever played the Knights of the Old Republic, the old RPGs, not the MMO. I don't think I think it works differently. But like, or even something like Xenoblade Chronicles, where the characters basically auto attack on their own, and you're just there to put them. Yeah, no, actually, Xenoblade's a really good. Uh, Specifically, Chronicles is a really good comparison. Yeah, that you have to trigger the auto attack in Dragon Age, where you didn't in Xenoblade. But other than that, yeah, its auto attack is done automatically. Um, your basic attack is done automatically. It's not the first way I said that was redundant. Um, yeah, that's done. Your basic attacks are automatic, and you just do skills and stuff. Anyway, yeah, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep now. I'll catch you all tomorrow.